Guys, welcome to another episode of TLG Vlogs, episode 9. We are starting a brand new mini-series called So You Want to Be, and today's first episode is So You Want to Be a Builder, and I'm thrilled to have my friend and guest speaker, NJMLS from Gold Coast Builders on this episode, and I'm gonna let him tell you we're at site number 1 today of this, stunning house, but Yaz will tell you a little bit about it, and then we'll take a tour inside.
What's up, guys? My name is Yaz. We're in Saddle River at this beautiful, beautiful new construction house. It's roughly 8,500 square feet without the basement. Let's take a look.
So before we go inside, I want to tee Yaz off, right? Tell the world, what is a builder? What's your responsibilities? What's it like? I'm sure you want to tell us all, all the roles, but I'll let you kind of take on that part and just tell us really what you do.
Yeah, so, I started when I was 18, and when I started, I thought oh, go be a builder and hit it with a hammer. Can I curse?
You can curse, yeah.
Okay. Fucking hit some shit with a hammer. I was totally wrong. Totally naive, had no idea what I was talking about, but I knew this is what I want to do and I had an opportunity to do it, so I took advantage of the situation. So basically, a builder is very simple, okay? You're not going to do anything with your own hands. Your primary task is to build something cost effective, something that sells, that can sell on the market for the correct price, and you have to make money doing it. That's the very simple, basic thing about being a builder.
Cool, let's go inside. Rule number 1, definitely don't wear nice shoes as a builder, right?
Definitely not.
But you actually just said something which I really liked. You said that a builder doesn't touch the product. So would that mean for the world, is a builder different than an investor?
A builder is vastly different than an investor. A builder manages the whole facilitation, that's the wrong word. A builder manages the whole construction of the product you're building, and the investor puts in the money so it can be built.
Love it. So I want to go full realtor mode right now and show you guys the house, but we're in a raw product right now, and It's kind of cool to see, where this is at in its phase of construction. But most importantly, thanks for inviting us in the house. But
anytime.
Come on, dive a little bit more. Tell us what it's like to be a builder, man. I want to know. I want to hear the day in the life here.
So being a builder is very fun and also very stressful and also very time consuming and difficult at times, but pretty easy at times, very, very rare times. But basically, as a builder, it's much different than being a flipper. I know you guys have seen HGTV a million times and all these guys flipping houses and 6 weeks the thing is done. That does not exist in building. Nothing gets built in 6 weeks. That does not happen. So this house, for example, at this stage it's been a year since the first shovel hit the ground. So you guys can understand the time period of building. But what you do is very interesting. It requires a lot of mental energy all the time. It is not a 9 to 5. You don't per se have a boss. You make your own schedule, but it's up to you. You dictate how fast the project moves and how fast it goes according to plan. Very simply, you need a few core guys. I'm gonna give you a Cliff Note version of who you need to hire to get the project rolling. You need a site contractor that does all the dirt. You need a mason who does the concrete. You need a framer who does the wood. And then you need your mechanical guys, HVAC, electrician, plumbers, and finally you need a roofer, and that's how you get your shell made. But after the whole house is done and you're finished, you went through all the struggles and all the headaches, you need a top broker in your area.
Guys, if you're interested in this home, we're going to be hitting the market just north of $5 million. Email us, text us for more information. But Yaz, I think we have to get over to Bayonne and get our next project.
Let's do it, baby. Yo, T, safety first, bro.
I have to put this thing on my head?
Yeah, you gotta put it on your head.
This thing?
Yeah, you gotta put it on your head. Safety first, bro.
How do you wear this thing?
Just like that, pop it on.
Okay, now what? All right, we're ready.
You ready?
Let's film. gonna wear these things the whole time?
No, let's take them off. Let's take them off.
All right, so tell us where we are. Tell us what you're building. I mean, this is a massive hole in the ground.
Yes.
And this, starting at ground zero, right? So if you're a builder, this is what it looks like, I guess, to begin.
Yeah, you know, this is, we're in Bayonne right now. This is going to be a 24-unit building, 5 stories, wood construction. You know, this is kind of what it looks like when you start. You're dealing with a bunch of dirt. You've got neighbors on the sides. You got to deal with them.
Traffic.
You got traffic all over the place. That's the beautiful excavating machine. So this is what it looks like basically when you start. So here is the groundwork. You know, here you can see what it looks like in the beginning. When you guys, you know, previously you guys have seen Saddle River. That's much further along in the process. You know, the structure is up, the facade is up. This is what it looks like when you start, okay? This particular property was a little bit unique. I found it through a friend. It was already approved, which is unlikely. So, you know, I bought it that way. Not really a very common scenario, but one of the ways that you can purchase properties. So after you purchase the property and the financing is in order, we'll talk about financing in another episode if Taylor decides to bring me back onto this show again. We'll talk about that another time. But basically, when you first start something, before you even close, you have to make a new LLC for every property, just for a bunch of different reasons. We can talk about that as well in a later episode. So once you make the LLC, you have to obviously coordinate with the bank, you have to coordinate with your lawyer, you have to coordinate your own finances, make sure everything is in the proper name, and you go ahead and you purchase the property. And then you start, the first thing you do is you bring an engineer out here, he surveys the property, where are my property corners, and then you bring the architect and he draws up the building, and then you bring it to the building department, they give you a permit, and here we are.
I just find it so unique that we go from something like Saddle River, single family, custom, elegant home, to just a big hole in the ground that's going to be just a fantastic, was 24, 25 units?
24 units, yeah.
24 luxury units. This is one sight to be seen, but you know, I feel like you deal with so many variables being out here, weather, right? I think it's about to start to rain right now, and you know, traffic, and I can only see what goes into this, but it gives you guys the scale, right? Like it's not just one thing, and I'm so excited to show you guys Edgewater. I think it's a very modern product, which most people love, so we're gonna head over to Edgewater now, but we'll give you guys some previews as this, you know, kind of continues in construction, and we'll see you guys over in Edgewater. Guys, we're in our final location. We're in Edgewater, New Jersey. This is by far Yaz's bread and butter. If you guys aren't familiar, this is a duplex, basically one common wall, 2 single-family houses, which they build. I believe you guys pre-sold these, right, already?
Yeah, there's a pre-sold thing. Yep.
Awesome. So I guess we'll take a tour in, and we'll see you guys inside.
Let's do it.
So I think the world sees that you have so much going on. You have a lot of projects. You have the big building in Bayonne, with the single-family house in Saddle River, the duplex, other things going on. So I think, like, if I was out there watching this, I would say, like, how is he managing all this stuff? Like, how is he financing all this stuff? How is it stressful? Like, you know, dealing with being at so many different sites, you know, managing, and you got, you know, real experience to see what some of the projects look like at different stages. So maybe if you could just tell everybody out there, you know, how do you stay in this, right? You're dealing with all these projects just kind of going up at the same time.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's really all about your mindset. You know, when you first get started, your first project is probably not going to make too much money, not as much money as you expected. You might even lose some money, but you know, you can't really let that upset you or put you in a bad place or deter you from keeping on going, because that's what you should expect on the first project. So you got to stay in the game. You got to always have your capital ready. You got to have your finances in order. You got to have your banks in place, or if you have partners or investors, you have to understand that, listen, you might not make money here. You might make a lot of money in the next one. You might make a little bit of money in the third one. And you got to just encompass the whole thing as a business, okay? You can't look at it as one house, one building, one flip. You got to look at it as your whole business, right? Some might make, some might lose, some might break even, some could be a home run.
So this is going to be the crazy rooftop, right?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So actually, if you guys see over here, when this is complete, they have the glass railings that encompasses the whole roof, and you have the New York City views, and this is why people move to Edgewater, right?
Oh,
These
yeah.
views.
Oh yeah.
But I guess the $1 million question that I wanted to ask you, right, for the audience out there, you're a brand new builder, you're a seasoned builder, you know, you have all these projects going on at once, right? And I'm sure every day you get brokers like me calling you for more opportunities, like this is the next best thing to build. Like, how do you determine that opportunity is the right one to capitalize on when you have so much going on? Like, how do you decide to yourself, okay, like I'm gonna build another one, and more importantly, like how you're financing it, right?
Yeah, so for new builders, let's say you have done one flip or you've done one new construction, the way you continue, obviously you have to fully understand the outcome of your first project, right? You have to make spreadsheets. You have to get in there and dive deep and see what you overspent on, what you underspent on. Did you list the house properly? Was it priced right? Maybe it sat on the market for too long. Maybe you had the wrong broker for, you know, not familiar with the area. Maybe your design was too modern or too traditional. You have to really understand that. And for seasoned builders, you know, they have a lot of money, they have a lot of capital, and most experienced builders stick to a niche they know, right? So for us, for me, it's these duplexes. This is what I know, and this is what I'm sticking to in Edgewater. You know, this information is just the tip of the iceberg. You know, this is Builder 101. This is the basics. This is the very, very, very bare minimum of what you need to know. And I also want to thank Taylor for having me on this episode.
I want to thank you. You're the man. Thanks, bro. Seriously, guys, I'm sure you'll have infinite questions for Yaz. We can't discuss all the starts and finishes of becoming a builder, but I hope this gave you guys a strong foundation, a good baseline for what he does. And if you have any questions, I'll put all his information here below. And once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of TLG Vlogs, and we'll see you next week. Bye!
Was on his goddamn phone. Every 2 minutes he gets a phone call. Unbelievable. Kid fucking works harder than me sometimes. It's unbelievable.